You guys, the Dollar Tree is not the Dollar Tree anymore. If you haven't heard, Dollar Tree has actually hiked up their prices to $1.25. That is a 25% increase in those prices. And sure, it doesn't seem like a lot, but that makes a huge difference in what you should buy and what you shouldn't buy from Dollar Tree. So in today's video, we're gonna tackle just that. I'm gonna talk about the products that are still worth it and the Dollar Tree products that you should leave at the store and go pick up elsewhere. Let's get into today's video. Now let's talk storage. Dollar Tree has always had really great storage options. I think if you have a good color assortment in your Dollar Tree, it is still worth it, but still plan it out. Still plan out your storage, and I'm talking about the bigger storage containers. So the ones with the holes in them, the ones that are, you know, pink and blue and green and white, those bigger ones. Now those really small acrylic storage containers, they're not worth it anymore. They're so tiny. They tend to have scratches on them, and you can just get them more affordably at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, the new Bright Room collection from Target. There are so many better options for you, so you're gonna have to start passing on that from Dollar Tree. Now, my one true Dollar Tree love, you're like, wow, that is a lot. That is a lot of passion about the Dollar Tree. Well, I have it. My one true love, the sponge holder, is still worth it. It is $1. It's still worth it. It holds my sponges very beautifully. And now that we're talking about sponges, something that is still worth it from the Dollar Tree is the pack of sponges. So you get a 6-pack of sponges for $1.25. You can't beat that price. Now, these are not the sponges I would use to clean my dishes, right? I gotta get the scrub daddy, gotta be a little bougie there. But for cleaning just like stuff, like my bathroom, stuff like that, these are great. These are really great. These are great if you're kind of cleaning your baseboards and you want a, you know, it has this divot in it so you can really run it about on your baseboard and really get all that dust off. These are fantastic. You can't beat the price. Honestly, they could hike this up to $2 and I would still buy it. That's a lot of money. Pick up these sponges, but these particular ones, not any of the other ones. Those are still too pricey. Go to Walmart for that. Something I'm definitely gonna keep buying from Dollar Tree is the screwdriver. So you may not look to Dollar Tree for your tools, but if you're a beginning DIYer or you just need a screwdriver when you're out and about, this is my all-time favorite. I have the fancy ones, I have the Black & Decker, I have the Ryobi. This is it for me. I don't know what about it, you guys, but it comes with so many different bits. It has 6 bits, 5 sockets. I love it. I keep one in the back of my car and I keep one in the house. This is the only one we use now for projects, and it has this really nice case. So I love that all of the bits are actually still attached to the screwdriver. They have a lot of mechanisms for that, but a lot of them fall down. That doesn't happen with this one. I love it so much. When we went to go film this video, I picked up 2. I picked up 2 at $1.25 each, but they're really fantastic. Now, don't leave that tool aisle just yet because the level from Dollar Tree is also still worth it. So if you're hanging paintings or hanging a TV, if you're hanging literally anything, even if you're putting a piece of tape on the wall, you need a good level, and levels can get pricey. I bought a level once for $50. What was wrong with me? I have no idea what was wrong with me. Let's just say goodbye to that version of the Kiva and hello to Dollar Tree Kiva. But this level is great. It gets the job done. It gives you the level in all the directions one would need a level for. Again, this is great to have in your back of your car. This is great if you're getting into DIY products. I think Dollar Tree is still great for that because it has all of the tools you need, but not at a premium. So if you try a DIY project out and you're like, whoa, this is not for me. I am not Lone Fox Home, right? You haven't spent a lot of money. You can just be like, okay, that time in my life is over. That was nice. But this really gets the job done. I love it. I have this one and the IKEA one, and the only difference is that this one is not electric, but most of us don't use electric levels anyway because we just aren't doing those types of projects, but this one is also great. Now I'm always going on and on and on about tape measures. You're like, Kiva, you go on and on about a lot of stuff. That is also true. But having a good tape measure is really important because you know when you're trying to measure something by yourself and it looks like one of those things outside of a car dealership, it's just blowing in the wind. You're like, look, I just want to know how big this room is. Well, I actually really like this tape measure from Dollar Tree, and guys, I bought everything in today's video. I spent $40, which at the Dollar Tree is a lot because I no longer get 40 things. But I spent $40. I bought all these things because I'm actually going to use them. So just know that. But I love this particular tape measure because it has 3 stoppers. So if the one on the side fails, don't worry. If the one in the front fails, don't worry. If the one underneath fails, you should worry. But it has 3 different stoppers, so you can measure absolutely anything by yourself. I think not having having a good stopper is what holds people back from accurately space planning a space. And that's the worst, right? Because then you buy furniture that's too big, and then you get in a fight with your spouse, and then suddenly we're divorced somehow. No, we don't want to do that. We just want to buy a good tape measure, and this one from Dollar Tree gets the job done. I want you after this video, when you're like, I'm not going to go to the Dollar Tree, and you go to Dollar Tree because you're really excited about all these things, I want you to pick all of these things, and I want you to make a home toolkit and a car toolkit. You will thank me. You never want to be on the side of the road like, how do I do this? You've got your toolkit. And if you ever see anything out and about, this is for my furniture lovers. Hey, if you see a free desk on the side of the street, if you find a really good deal in an outlet, you will be prepared. And you'll say, thanks, Kiva. Since I touched on DIY projects a little bit, let's talk about some things that are not worth it from Dollar Tree anymore. So paintbrushes were barely worth it to begin with, but it was a nice convenient place to get a paintbrush. But these prices now are just kind of astronomical. You get 3 brushes, 2 brushes that have basically no hair on them and has already been stuck somehow. You're getting these brushes for $1.25. It's just totally not worth it. I know you see the allure there, but go to Joann, go to Michael's, go to Walmart, go to literally any other store and get a value pack. You can get a value pack of like 100 brushes for like $7. So this is a total waste of money. I don't want you to get this from the Dollar Tree anymore. Most Dollar Trees are really located in proximity to any of those stores, so that's good. Now you might be saying the ones at IKEA have always been more expensive. Yes, but the IKEA brushes that I talk about are actually good and worth that money. Now, while I don't like most of the paint brushes at the Dollar Tree anymore, I still do like this sponge brush set of 3. And the reason I like it is because not all sponge brushes are created equal. Sometimes, again, they'll give you one and it looks like SpongeBob out of water. It is so hard, even without paint on it. But this, it's really, you're not going to be able to hear me over this. It's really nice and fluffy. It gets the job done, and you get 5 for $1.25. This is a pretty good deal. Could you get it cheaper elsewhere? Yes, but you don't have to run to a different store. I'd still pick these up. When it comes to DIYing, you also know that the Dollar Tree has a ton of paint. So they have some fun paint colors. I'm not saying don't buy the paint from there. I think there are other places you could buy paint. I think that they predominantly sell tempera paint, which is just paint that I don't really like. It's very runny. Obviously, that's the point of it, but it's a little bit cheaper, so you need more paint to kind of get a really rich and vibrant look. So for $1.25 for about 2 ounces, it's not worth it to me. Again, Joann, Michael's, there's so many places. If you're somebody who shops at Hobby Lobby, you can get it at Hobby Lobby. There are just so many better places to get affordable paint. Even Dick Blick, so the paint store, even their paint can sometimes be a little bit more affordable for the quality and the ounces. So I'd probably pass on the paint. Now, when it comes to the Dollar Tree craft section, if you need any of those wooden pieces, that's actually still pretty affordable because the price of wood was way up. It's going back down, but still you can get it for cheaper here, especially if you're doing really, really small projects. If you're doing large projects, I'd probably say skip it, but you can still get a lot of craft supplies from the Dollar Tree and not waste your money. The last piece of art supplies from the Dollar Tree that you definitely should not pick up anymore are the canvases. So the canvases, you guys, they were never worth it before. I'll say it. They were never worth it before, but you could kind of convince yourself. You're like, oh, I'm going to be the next Matisse. I got to pick this up. You're not going to be the next Matisse, and you're especially not going to be the next Matisse for a 4x4 canvas for $1.25. Matisse would never do that. Matisse would never do that. So instead of getting your canvases from Dollar Tree, please go to Ross Dress for Less. If you think you're too good for Ross Dress for Less, you're not. Ross Dress for Less is amazing, and they have tons and tons of canvases. I got a pack, I think, of like 30 canvases, 16 by 20, for about 40 bucks. And they're huge, 40 bucks, really high quality. Go to Ross. They have so much stuff. And I said this on TikTok, and everyone was like, my Ross is busy. If you live in Pittsburgh, the Rosses are not busy, so you will have your pick of all of that amazing art supplies. But again, Michael's and Joann, they also have really, really great deals on canvas bundles. Now, when I first started my DIY journey, I used to love the floral section of Dollar Tree, right? But I think faux florals are kind of difficult to work with, so the faux florals are still worth it. I think they're still a good price. But when it comes to the moss at Dollar Tree is no longer worth it. $1.25 for an amount of moss that is like this much, and it's crunchy. I was doing a project with this moss recently before the price increase, and it was crunchy, and your moss should not be crunchy, right? So there's no guarantee that you're gonna get a good bag of it, and it's just such a small amount of moss. You can't fill any pot, you can't do anything. Please skip out on the moss. I know that this is devastating, but it just isn't worth it anymore. And it seems to be that moss is going out of style. I'm not quite sure how a plant can go out of style, but it is, so it might not matter to you anyway. But if you were a crafter and you like to use your Cricut, but you cannot justify the Cricut vinyl price, the vinyl from Dollar Tree is still worth it. I love the vinyl. It's really nice and fun. When I was in there filming this video, it was me and this lady, and we were like fighting to the death for some vinyl. Oh, they have such good vinyl there. It works fine with my Cricut. They have shiny vinyl, pink vinyl, yellow vinyl, all vinyl colors of the rainbow. I love a good vinyl sheet, obviously. So the vinyl is still worth it. I think all the little Cricut-esque products are also very worth it from the Dollar Tree still. So definitely pick that up if you have a Cricut. If you don't have a Cricut, there's really no reason to buy the vinyl. Don't buy the vinyl. Now let's talk about the cleaning section of Dollar Tree, because Dollar Tree has so many great gems, but again, we don't want to waste our money. So the first thing I still want you to pick up from Dollar Tree is this squeegee. So we all need a good squeegee to clean off our shower. You're supposed to, in theory, leave one of these in your shower, and every time you're showering while you're deep conditioning, you're supposed to squeegee your shower door. Do I do it? No. But will I maybe start doing it? Probably not. But it is a really high quality squeegee, and that's kind of what we're talking about. I'm giving it a ton of resistance and we're good to go. We love a good squeegee. Also, if you're an artist, a DIYer, a squeegee is a phenomenal art tool. So $1.25, definitely worth it because the quality is there. You can still get Fabuloso from the cleaning department, and I think it's great because it is 16.9 fluid ounces. That is a great sum for $1.25. You also have the antibacterial, and it smells so good. It smells like inedible Kool-Aid, I guess, if you will. But you can still pick this up. You can still pick up the Comet, the Awesome, all of those things you can still pick up. So I think that they're still worth it. You also probably shouldn't pick up the scent boosters from Dollar Tree. If you're gonna use them just for your trash can, you don't use them for your clothes, it might be worth it if you get the Dollar Tree brand, but the brand name, the Dawn, not worth it. Dryer sheets, also not worth it. I'd probably skip out on all those things at $1.25. Now, I think this one is going to be controversial, but something that I think is still worth it from Dollar Tree is the puck light. Now, I know that they're expensive. They're $1.25, plus you have to pay for batteries, so I know that that can get pricey, but I think they're worth it because it is one of the only places where you can just pick up one puck light. Normally, you have to buy a pack of 3 or 4, and it's normally about $25. I like being able to just pick up one, so I do still support that from the Dollar Tree, even though it might not be the best price. I think the way to get the best bang for your buck when it comes to their puck lights is to buy the puck light from Dollar Tree, and they also sell Panasonic batteries, so you only get 2 of those for $1.25. Get those as opposed to the Dollar Tree brand batteries because they just don't last as long. Or get your batteries from Costco and use those in your puck light. You're going to get more use out of that puck light, and therefore it might be worth it for you. This is great for the puck light hat. Now, something that really disappointed me at Dollar Tree recently was actually the hanger section. So they have velvet hangers, which is amazing because velvet hangers, they really take your closet to the next level, and it's better for your clothing. But I believe you get 2 for $1.25. I break too many hangers. I cannot justify that price. You can get them so much more affordably on Amazon. Please go get them on Amazon. I find so many good Amazon finds all the time. If you want to check them out, I'll link my storefront down below, but please don't get them from Dollar Tree. It's just not worth it. Now, I do want to talk about the dish section for a little bit. So something that is still worth it is obviously their dishes. I mean, they're just really nice basic dishes. They're $1.25 a plate. I think that's great. At your average store like Crate & Barrel, you're going to probably pay $6 a plate. So this is still a lot cheaper. The quality is pretty much the same. Something I like to do, and I want to show you this hack, is I grab this vase, right? I grab this vase and I grab one of the cups. You're able to flip the cup over just like that and make a really nice bedside carafe. These carafes can go for upwards of $25, so this is a great way to hack it from Dollar Tree. And I love it, but their dishes in general are great. I wouldn't buy the ones that say wifey or dog mom. I don't know, maybe that's just not my jammy jam and I feel like the vinyl peels off, but the real basic ones, I think they're great. Now, I quite literally never have anything to say about their bath section because I just don't like the quality of the ceramics and stuff like that, and a lot of the soap, I can get it cheaper elsewhere, but I found this one, and this one is so cute. It's SB Soap Box, Sea Minerals and Blue Iris Liquid Hand Soap. It just gives you that nice amber look because amber glassware is so in. It gives you that look for $1.25, and it comes with, I mean, obviously a full thing of soap. So I like this for like a guest room. You know, if you want that Joe Malone look, not Joe Malone, but if you just want that like designer look, that ASAP look without paying the price, this is how you get it. And it smells like soap. It really just smells like soap that you get like in a public restroom, but I mean, that's better than nothing. So $1.25, I'd still buy it. Now, I'd never seen this before at my Dollar Tree, but they were so worth it to me that I bought 4. I found these ramekins in the dishware section, and I know I said dishware in general was still worth it, but I love these. They're oven safe, they're microwave safe. These are so much more expensive at IKEA, and I love these for baked oatmeal or anything like that. I love having a little like single serve size because I hate making a big platter of things because I don't know how to store it or anything like that, and there's a lot more food waste. So I'm so excited to use these. I'm gonna clean them out, put them in the dishwasher because they're dishwasher safe, and then I'll get to using them. Now I want to talk about a few more things that are still worth it from Dollar Tree. The next thing being a lint roller. I know, really nice and simple, but you get a pack of 2 lint rollers for $1.25. No one wants to be linty. That's never a good look. It's never a good look. You don't see that at Versace. So, you know, you got to have a good lint roller here. Get your clothes nice and clean. That's still a good price. You know, I just want to make sure you know that that's worth it. I wouldn't get the cloth lint roller because the handle was like literally about to fall off when I picked it up. So maybe don't buy that. Maybe the quality isn't there for that. Something else that I can't leave Dollar Tree without, and I tried to leave Dollar Tree without it, and then my hands looked horrible, is this Utterly Smooth Hand Cream. Fun fact, when I was younger, I thought this was for cows, and I was like, Grandma, why on earth would you buy me this? I am not a cow, I am a human being, but it's just really nice. Hand cream. I like it. If you want something to stick in your car console, which is where it goes for me, this is great because you never want to meet anyone who crack hands. It's not a good look. And the very last thing that is still worth it from the Dollar Tree that you need to know about is pretty much anything from the garden section that is made out of metal. So they have really good planters and good trowels, and I especially love their plant hooks so that you can do some type of hanging something. You can actually use these plant hooks for anything. It doesn't just have to be for plants. You can DIY a shelf or something like that. It comes with screws. I mean, $1.25 is amazing for 2 brackets. It gets really pricey elsewhere, and it's great. I think the Dollar Tree still has a ton of really phenomenal things. I think you just have to sift through it a little bit better now. But I will still be stopping at the Dollar Tree despite the price increase, but will you? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what's still worth it and what is no longer worth it. If you like today's video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram. And I have an entire playlist on luxe items from Dollar Tree, so if you want to check that out, be sure to click it up above. And until next time, have a beautiful day.